Hello, beautiful people of the world. Welcome back to Familia Pablanu. I am the one and only Anu.
And I'm Pablo, just Pablo.
Oh, why did I laugh like that? I don't even know.
So we have an update.
Yeah, so we went to Kampala. We met, you know about our troubles. So here we are when you're telling people that we are immigrant family of 7 in the Pearl of Africa, and we came here to farm, to be self-sustaining, and also maybe to do some agriculture, maybe farming, avocado. And we have trouble with the land. We bought air, sort of, seemed, but we...
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it definitely felt like we bought air. It felt like we bought something that wasn't even going to happen, wasn't even real. We thought we got gypped.
I was already discouraged. I said, can we even have our money back at this point, which probably wasn't possible. So I was done. I'm like, let's go find another land somewhere.
Right, because the thing is, like in Uganda, people buy air all the time by accident, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about it in the previous video, right? Basically, you're paying someone who may not even be the owner to give you a fake title that's probably not even real, and maybe 10 other people show up to the property with the same title.
And you're duped,
and you're like, what?
And you paid
the
money.
owner comes out and says, get off my land. And you're like, what?
Yep.
So like
that seemed like it seems similar to it,
but we didn't buy air. Is the thing. Like,
the title was legit. The guy showed us, and with lawyers, they verified, and it was legit.
Due process, you know, like they went through.
Yeah.
They checked everything on the ground. It was true that this is the real owner, and he really is trying to mutate, you know, cut out a piece for us, you know, of this acreage.
But then
so it was real, but
all the agency was set back by a lot of problems, which we explained in the last one.
But one thing we didn't explain was that in Uganda, and maybe everywhere, but in Uganda in particular, if you pay someone 100% of something, they're not going to do the thing. If you pay for it beforehand, they're not going to do it, or if they do it, it's going to be shoddy. So we paid only half.
Right.
But even with half, even if you just give a percentage, just having that money makes people relax.
Yeah. Until they spend that money, and then they need the money, then they start
Once
acting.
they spend the money, then they're like, hey, all right, so how do we do this next thing, you know? And you'll notice that. So in general, items, services, you don't pay until afterwards. Or if minimum, like just maximum, just like a little bit, you know, just a down payment,
just a tiny bit. Yeah. So now we went. We were frustrated. We wrote a letter to their lawyer saying, okay, we need to have a meeting. So they said we should all have a meeting at our lawyer's office. So we all gathered. We went to Kampala. Our lawyer with us, and the seller's lawyer with his brother as well. Yeah, as the lawyer there too.
Yeah, so we're all there.
Yeah, so we discussed and we found out shocking things, and we're like, oh gosh, we were gonna tell you everything. So let's begin.
Mama Africa, your children are home.
So if you're one of our subscribers that's been liking, sharing, and subscribing, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And if you're new to our channel, welcome to Familia Pablanu, and don't forget to subscribe as well as press the bell button so you get notification.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, what are you waiting for? So subscribe and press the bell button so you get notifications when we post new videos. Thank you, we appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a bit tight. There we go. See, it's not so tight anymore. Got a lot of space. Look at all this. Let me let this one go through and get behind him. Oh, there's a lady behind us on a
border.
There she goes. Not even a helmet, madame.
Hey, I give her credit if you can drive on these roads.
And not die yet.
So we are pumped up right now, heading to Kampala, because we are going to our lawyer's office. Yeah, we're going to the office to talk about the land that we bought. It looks like we bought air.
It wasn't really buying land, but it was buying air, but almost like that. Because all it takes is inaction. All it takes is inaction, and you're left hanging. You know, someone flakes out, you're left hanging. Even if you legitimately own it, even.
Yeah. So, well, that's where we're heading right now, to go and discuss with the lawyer and the landowner, as well as his lawyer and our lawyer too, you know, to see what can be done, because we've had a lot of losses waiting and being dragged on about this land issue. So with all our losses, what can we get from here? Because it's been a lot of losses and a lot of months have passed. So
And a lot of more months are going to have to come as well before we can actually get established. So a lot more than what we expected to pay.
Exactly. So we will see what can be done. See, the clients, well, they just left and yeah, we just finished the discussion with the other lawyers and the landlord who sold us land and all that. So we're gonna meet with our lawyer here to discuss what's the solution from here. Yep.
It was a bit emotional. I think they were shocked at how much we suffered, and I think they were shocked to know about us, because again, people, when they think of Americans, like, oh, they come, they buy, they go back home. They invest, they go back home.
But then they were shocked that we have 5 children. The lawyer was like, you have 5 children? What? So what did we find out?
It was quite a story. So first off, our lawyer kind of explained the situation and explained, hey, this is why we're here, is because of this, which also shocked the other party, because they were thinking we were there just to take possession. Because they say, hey, it's free, it's open, come take physical possession, right? Yeah. Come and take it, start planting, whatever. And so they thought, okay, so we're just discussing like the details of that. And he sets it up and says, no, like,
we have questions.
They have questions. They have, you haven't fulfilled a lot of your parts. You've taken forever. So then we spoke, and you explained.
I told them about the stress I had. I was already pregnant when we started this journey of finding the land, and all throughout the ups and downs, how it's be ready in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. They're just pushing us on the phone. How do you say it? There's a saying in Yoruba, like they're just pushing us.
It's a very modern saying.
On the toilet roll, I suppose, yeah. So basically, they're just pushing us online to us and
letting us wait.
Letting us on and wait,
us on, all that kind of stuff.
So I was just frustrated. It was stressful. I had, you saw me in the previous video about all my hopes. I was already calculating.
Really
okay, now I'm losing a whole year of having these fruit trees growing already. Beautiful donkeys that cannot be there because it's not our land yet. We can't take possession yet. Planting our own crops, it cannot happen because it's not ours yet. So I was already frustrated. Also building a house so we don't have to be paying rent. We keep paying rent. We had to leave Kampala because it was so freaking expensive. We had to come to a smaller town where things are a little cheaper,
And for our health as well.
Our health too. The pollution is killing us over there. It was, So
and calmer life, everything.
Oh yeah, the traffic and I didn't like borders. That border, a lot of borders and too many people in Kampala. I didn't like that. So I had a lot of grievances against this land seller. What happened? I want to know. I have questions too. And then
for my part too, because one of the things that you kind of brought up just now is just the emotions of it, because we were just about done with it, because we're like, how can we come back from this? Not just financially, but also like, because we wanted to become part of that community. Wherever we were going to move, we wanted to settle down, really integrate, be part of that community, be seen as part of that community, friendly, have good relations with everyone around us. And it's like, wait, there seems to be all these issues with the people living there. Seems to be issues with the owner. What if we're no longer on good terms with the owner, with the neighbors, like, everything's ruined in that case. Like, how can we do that if we're just like isolated there? How's that going to help? We can't. So that was worrying me. But yeah, I explained all the things like I explained in the previous video, all of the grievances of the
money we've lost,
everything, including this agent, right? That was going through saying, oh yeah, Musawo, the owner, this is what he says. He says you'll have it ready by then, da da da.
And it turned out. It turned out.
So anyway, so we told them all the grievances.
Right, we did, yeah.
And put a list of the monetary value of all of these, except our emotional, because we're like, that's incalculable. We don't know how to calculate that one.
The stress it cost. Oh my gosh.
Right, physical, mental, everything. And so I was like, but here's the calculation. The calculations came to a sum that was really high, even for us. It was like, whoa, looking at this amount, because it set us back a whole year of growing, right? That's 2 growing seasons. set us back a whole year, and how much that's going to cost, you know, all of this. So we set all of that out, and they saw that, and they heard the grievances, they heard how, and they heard their own faults, right? Like,
and it was shocking to them to find out that
we're an immigrant
family,
Yes.
and they were shocked that because they thought, oh, the last time we saw you were just 2, now you're 3.
We're like,
I'm
no,
like, no, we're 7, we're 5 children. They were like, oh wow,
5
I'm
children, 5
impressed.
and
I'm
under.
impressed.
Right. That was our first greeting. Actually,
a lot of the stress I had also came from like we cannot tell anybody. We're here on our own. We can't tell our family that, haha, we bought air. It looks like our land isn't coming through. We can't plan the things we're planning to do. It's not. It's failing.
That's what we felt like. Yeah,
it was failing.
Felt like we couldn't tell anyone.
Right. Because I know, at least my family will say, we told you so, why are you going there, you know, why are you going to Africa, you know.
Which is terrible because we felt like we couldn't ask for advice.
We did,
things
yeah.
like that. So it was pretty awful.
So the stress was weighing on me too, like we're all stuck here, we're all on our own. It seems like we might be stranded, our money is stuck in this land, we can't get our money back, it seems. Now what? But then we find out.
They felt it. They felt all of that because we were like, you know,
we told them, we let them know.
Problems.
They were like, oh,
this is what you did by waiting this long. It caused this. Your agent, your friend, whatever caused this. You know, we invested. All of these things are lost. We can't get it back. We can't get any of these things back. So someone's got to pay.
Right.
Someone's got to pay this. You know. So what are you going to do, basically?
So they were like, wow, we didn't. I'm sorry. The lawyer said we didn't know that it was this bad.
The owner's like, the lawyer's like, maybe you want to talk about this to the owner. The owner's like,
no.
Basically, I paid you to do this, so you handle it. So he's like, all right, I'm a bit new to this. He's like, but there was an original lawyer. So actually, no, the first thing he did is apologize.
Yeah,
he
you
apologized profusely, and he looked like, oh my gosh. And even the brother of the Musawa, of the owner, he was just like almost in tears, just
it's like I didn't know that it was like this.
God. Yeah, and they were all like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, if we had known, we have.
Yeah, the lawyer was like, if I had known,
I would be more faster with
faster
this.
Probably. But you know, they were kind of relaxing a bit. But
then they told us what actually happened.
The whole story, at least from their side.
Right, from their side.
And this lawyer is better. There was a prior lawyer. This lawyer seemed to be very honest and has been explaining things pretty darn well.
And it turned out that the previous lawyer actually connived with. Oh gosh. So remember, there was 2 families on the land and they were trying to get titles, which we were thinking was very, what's the word?
Very generous.
Generous.
That
like,
he would give them these like 6 acres tracts for one family, 5 acres for another. It's like, wow, that's
why
really
are you doing
generous.
that?
So going even further back than that, apparently when this doctor bought this land, which was like 102 acres, when he bought it, there was only like 1 family or so on the land, and it was like 1 acre only that they were using. There wasn't more than that. And he's like, okay, you know, squatters, that's pretty common, you know, or at least maybe even chivanja, which is like maybe they've been there for generations and generations and generations, and maybe they paid a little bit of like tax sort of to the owner for years, that sort of agreement. They don't actually have paperwork, but they can show that, hey, we've been paying this little bit, you know, we're tenants in a way, right? So they could show that. So he's like, okay, maybe, but then right after he bought the land, then COVID came.
Right.
When COVID came,
it didn't come to monitor things on his land. It just let things, lockdown. So he had to not come to the land for all that months. And during that time, you know, people in town,
they were fleeing the cities.
Yeah, they were fleeing the city, going into the villages
where they could actually grow food because they were starving in the cities.
That's true. So, so those people, that one family, I think they called their families in the city, then bring them into the village, and they started taking over more spaces in the land. I said it's like 10 grown men live in a place this square, or very like, small room, one room. That's where they all came as squatters. Well,
so then when he came back, hey, go still.
You can go. It's okay. Hey, yes. Hello.
This is my. You see?
Okay.
Ah, very nice. Very nice.
Okay.
So when he came back after the lockdown,
right?
Then he saw that it wasn't just 1 acre, and it wasn't just one family. Suddenly there was like 20 people taking over like
more land, more spaces.
10 acres, 12 acres, and then there was another guy who came in and had planted trees on 12 acres. Like, I just done it. And then he comes and he says, what are you? Who are you? What are you doing?
He said, well, this is my land now.
No, he said, I'm the caretaker.
Yeah.
And he's like, caretaker for whom? I'm the owner here.
And it turned out that one that said it was caretaker was the grandson of the previous owner. So his grandfather owned it and then sold it to someone else.
The same guy also was the broker who sold to the Musao, to the doctor who we bought from. So it was a lot of interesting things going on. And so what ended up happening was this lawyer, so-called, who was working with the Musao to sell the land and everything.
Kind of connive with the broker, the grandson.
As well as with this, that guy. As well as with the families right? They were living there illegally. And ended up telling Musao that,
sign an agreement.
We don't know how long they've been here. You know, they might have some, Chivanja type thing. You know, they might be legit. So let's just respect them and
give them a portion of the land and just sign it. Say that they
which is unheard of. Like people don't just give land for free like that. But Musao, I guess, he's a very kind gentleman, it seems. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. So they end up giving like 6 acres to one and write up an agreement saying they'll give them 6 acres, give another family 5 acres. Like, that's a ton. These are people that just came from the city, stole the land basically, and they're getting it for free.
Yeah.
But then, so that was a bad agreement to begin with. Right. He could have just said, no.
But if the lawyer was saying it's a good idea, then he believed the lawyer. I didn't know that the lawyer was a two-faced, conniving
and
person.
Maybe he and this other agent might have even been telling Musao, don't contact directly, to the buyer. Just go through us, and they were kind of telling the same thing. So this agent was also telling the seller that, everything's good in the land office, because he basically sent him to go do this. He's like, everything's good in the land office, titles are coming along well, it's good. So they were also leading him along apparently, supposedly. And then things were just getting worse and worse. Things kind of like with us. It was like, okay, why is it not going forward? Why is this? And then the caveats were placed by these people.
And then in December, the lawyer just sort of quit, stopped working for the seller. And we're like, what the? And then he had to hire another one that works for him now. And I said because he seemed like he's a lot better. He seemed frustrated, in trouble. Like, what the heck is going on? Why did this guy quit? And then this guy came in and said, you know what? I want to see what's going on. I want to answers first. So he went to the land place.
Well, even before then, the caveats that were placed, right? They put the caveats, and then these people who had already signed an agreement to give them land for free. They came back and said, that's not enough. Seems like there's Americans involved.
We want some money, a lot of money.
So that's when they said, you know what? No, we're going to take it to court and we're going to demand
money.
A lot of money. And first they tried to do it before courts.
They bargained and they said,
was like,
I can't afford it. This is too much. Come on.
Right.
We can give you title, but say, nope, we don't want title. We want money. So I said, okay, let's take it to court. And then
that's when he talked with the other lawyer. And the other lawyer was like, the new lawyer was like, let me look into this. He looked into it. He's like, why did you sign this agreement with yourself? Why did you do this? That was really
he said it was the lawyer that said I should do it.
Right, he's like, this is not smart. But they don't have a leg to stand on. And if they want to go to court, so what he did is he actually met with all of these people and he said, okay, here's the deal. You have like 4 or 5 options. Here are the different options. Which one do you choose? And they were like, we're going to go to court.
Yeah.
Because we don't believe in these options.
Including the grandson, the one, that guy is like...
So they lodged like 3 cases basically. So apparently Musao thought the same thing we did, that these titles, they're coming through, right? They're 80% done, whatever, all the crap that this broker had been saying, and giving him money to go and facilitate, probably playing him just the way he was playing us, this broker, turns out. And so then that lawyer went and was like, let me check this out.
This is a different broker, right? This is the one that works with us, right? The broker that you're talking about, playing both of us.
Right.
That's the one we sold and gave money to for manure and the fencing, the seedlings.
He said he was our friend.
Right, that's the same. That's the one, not the other one. That the grandson of the one that had the land before.
Yeah, not that one.
Right.
So anyway, so this new lawyer was like, let me check it out. Goes to the land office and is like, there's no titles that have been put here at all. Like, there's nothing going here.
Yeah, apparently they
Like,
had caveats
nothing.
put on there.
Right, but we weren't told that, and that's
No.
the problem, right? We weren't told that.
Yeah.
And so that's one of our grievances, is like, you should have been telling us this as it was coming, as we were...
Yeah, just
as this
dragging
was
us
going
along.
on.
Like,
Yeah.
don't worry, it's coming.
Exactly.
What's going on?
So anyways, so to continue the story that the lawyer was saying, he said, so then they started, working on it and, trying to make it happen, but they didn't go fast. That was the problem. They didn't go fast for us,
Yeah.
is the problem.
But then it turned out that, they didn't have legs to stand on. And
so they did bring them to court.
And two of the family backed down because they didn't have any documents supporting their legal...
They didn't have lawyers. They just went in there,
yeah.
and the judge is like, all right, present some documentation showing that you have legal right to this land. Two of the families flaked out. They're like,
we don't have
okay.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, we don't have anything. And basically they finally realized, because they didn't have legal counsel. So they basically realized, I hope they realized by now, that they shot themselves in the foot. Because here they were being given land.
Right,
like
now they wouldn't
acres
get
and acres of land.
anything.
And now, because of bringing it to court and seeing in front of a judge saying, hey, you don't have any legal claim to this land, now they're left with nothing. Like the owner, he could technically kick them off at any moment, call the police and say, these people are trespassing. Take
What
them
did
all
our
off the
lawyer
land.
say? The village arrogance that they think they can do such a thing.
Yeah.
But
the bravado of we took this land, it's ours, we can have it. I dare you, come take it, that kind of stuff. But yeah, they have no leg to stand on now. So
now then they told us, so we with all the list of someone's got to pay for all of this all of these things that we've lost. So they said they're gonna go back and regroup and we should give them a proposal basically, and that's where we are right now.
Yeah. So we'll see, but someone's got to pay for this. Someone's got to pay for this. We'll see what happens. We'll let you know as this progresses.
So that's where we are right now. So
seems like we got the land back.
Oh yeah, and then also the seller's lawyer said, this is what we can do. Just start putting fences up very cheaply, putting seedlings of those fences, or just put it up so that in a week or two they will know that the owners are not in abroad, that the owner have occupied, and they will know those people who are trying to get to the land. It says, as long as we have the barricades and we fence built, if anyone trespasses, he said he will deal with them seriously, and then they will know that the owners are there, and it will make an example of that person, and no one will disturb us anymore. So we're
which is important, because here in Uganda, if you buy land, you have to immediately do something on it. You can't leave it fallow, right? You can't let it sit. And that doesn't matter whether it's in the village, whether it's in the city. Even if you have a tiny little plot that's like 100 by 100 in town, you have to put something on it, right? Because people will see it and they'll be like, and they'll start planting stuff. Or they'll put up a shack or whatever, they'll be like, here's free land, and they'll just take it and start using it, right? So he's like, so you've got to be there, you've got to be doing this. So basically he said, legally, it's yours. I mean, the judge said, no one has any claim to this. It's owned by Musawo. He sold it to this family, so it's theirs. So that's it.
So it says we should start building a fence and start planting our avocados.
Like, man, we could have been doing that in August.
We could have been.
But yeah, a lot of people being tricky.
Well, with that, it gave us the opportunity to actually be part of the entertainment industry. So now we have a foot in. So we did My Love from Another Land, and who knows what can happen from there on. So we're excited. I'm excited about that. Hey, it might be a what is it? The
when
door
life
closed.
gives you lemons.
Right. You make a movie, My Love from Another Land.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. We met a lot of great people. Have a lot of great friends now. So.
Yeah, we'll keep you guys updated, but that's what we got right now with our land issue. But we hope our dream come true about the fruit trees.
And for anyone trying to relocate or immigrate to any country, it's important to know these things, to know what you're up against. And yeah, like you were saying, people, especially if you're coming from the US or something, people think, oh, if you're an immigrant family, they don't understand because they're thinking, oh, you've got your house, you got everything going in the U.S., and you just kind of come here and start something, but you're not really physically here, you know. So yeah, you have to let your presence be known.
What the lawyer said, like you build your fence, you know, you can go and take tea in their house, but they know that their fence, your fence starts here, so they cannot trespass into your land, and but you can still be friends. You can go
be
out.
friends,
and,
but you just know you plant there, not here.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in our next vlog. Keep watching, enjoy our vlogs, and live vicariously through us in the warmth of the Pearl of Africa. We'll catch you next time, or until next time. See you later. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And please don't skip ads. We appreciate it. But until next time, bye. Whatever.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.